Do you remember what you dreamed of when you were a child? Maybe you wanted to become a doctor to save lives, a scientist to explore the world, a musician to inspire millions of people, or simply open a small shop. Living peacefully with your passion. Those dreams are pure, no calculation, no hesitation, no need for anyone to believe, because you believe. Believe completely that anything is possible. But then we grow up. Life starts to get in the way. School, work, bills, obligations. People tell you to be more realistic. Those dreams are nice, but they don't keep you alive. And slowly, you start to shut up about your own dreams. You don't explicitly give it up. You simply stop thinking about it. Don't mention it. Don't tell anyone. Don't dare write it down. Then one day, you believe. Maybe I'm not suited for that dream anymore. But what is the truth? The truth is, dreams never leave you. It's still there, in a quiet corner of your heart. It doesn't blame you. It's not angry. It just waits. Waiting for you to remember that you once had something that made your heart beat so strongly. Waiting for you to come back, not with inspiration, but with action. Because dreams don't require you to be perfect, they just require you to be willing to start again. You know, there's one truth I want you to take with you today. Successful people are not the best. They are the most persistent. No one sees them getting up early at 5 a.m. to study an extra lesson. No one sees them writing hundreds of pages that are deleted, just to keep one sentence that is right. No one knows how many times they thought about giving up, but they kept going. And then one day, people call it success. But for them, it is just the result of don't give up on your dream. How about you? Have you ever given up? Ever felt lost? Ever seen someone else living their passion and asked, why can't I be like them? I don't know how far you've gone from your dream, but I know one thing. It's never too late to turn back. You just have to start over, from where you stopped believing in yourself. In this video, I will share with you 10 most important things if you really do it. If you really live it, then dreams will never give up on you, and no matter how old you are, no matter where you are, no matter how many times you have failed. Because dreams don't need circumstances. They need you. No need for anyone to cheer you up. Just don't push it away from your heart. If you've ever had a dream, this video is for you. And if you've never dared to follow it all the way through, this video is worth staying for until the end. Read on, because the next 10 things will not only change the way you pursue your dreams, but they could also be reasons to help you live again as your true self. There is something that almost everyone has experienced. That is the feeling of forgetting why you started. You know what? No dream starts randomly. It always starts from a very real moment. Sometimes it's a late night listening to a song that makes your heart flutter with emotion. Sometimes it's when you see someone else doing something great, and you say to yourself, I want that too. Or simply, it's pain. When you've experienced deprivation, loss, or witnessed injustice, and you swear to yourself, I will change this in the future. All dreams start with a very deep feeling, very real, and very personal. But over time, amidst the hustle and bustle of work, family, and responsibilities, we begin to forget. We don't think about that first moment anymore. And gradually, we drift away from the dream as if it had never really existed. If you are in that feeling, the first thing you need to do is not to run really fast, nor to set big goals, but sit back and remember. Take a quiet evening, turn off your phone, grab a blank sheet of paper, write down, what did I dream about? Write as if you were writing to a younger version of yourself, the child who believed and desired so much. Write honestly. Don't worry if your dream sounds naive or unrealistic. Because the truth is, it is the things you dare to dream when the world is not limiting you that are closest to your true self. You may also wonder, what used to make me so happy? Why did I give up? Who or what made me stop pursuing it? And if there were no barriers, would I still want to live that dream? You'd be surprised to find that most of us don't actually lose our passion. We just get pulled away from it without even realizing it. And here's the second thing. Don't just look at how far you haven't come. Look at how far you've come. We often make a very common mistake. We only look at the top of the mountain. I'm not there yet. I'm too far away. Others have gone before me. And we start to doubt ourselves. But if you stop for a moment and look back, you will see how far you have come. You may not have finished the book, but you've written 50 pages. Maybe you haven't opened a business yet, but you've completed a skills course. Maybe you're not living your passion yet, but you know you don't want to live a fake life anymore. You've come further than you think. And what you need to do is not judge yourself, but be grateful to yourself for not stopping. Just imagine, if you could just keep that up for another 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, where would you be? Looking back is not to live in the past, but to strengthen your faith. That, I'm not starting today. I've already started, and I'm still going. Blank, underscore, blank. At the end of this section, allow yourself a moment to pause. Write, remember, be grateful, because only when you reconnect with the reason you started, will you be strong enough to continue the long road ahead. There is a very common misconception about success and dreams. You have to do something big. Have you ever thought that if you want to change your life, you have to have a makeover? Do you have to quit your job, start a really big project, or wait until you have a lot of time and a lot of motivation to start? If you are thinking like that, I have some important news for you. Dreams don't need to be big right now. They just need you to take action, no matter how small, every day. In fact, every great thing starts with very small steps. A bestseller is written with words. A healthy body can be built with just 15 minutes of exercise a day. A successful business also starts with a few ideas scribbled in a coffee shop. You don't need to do one thing for 5 hours every day. You only need to do one thing right for 30 minutes, but maintain it for 365 days. Just imagine, if you spent 30 minutes every day learning a new skill, reading a new chapter of a book, practicing a new video, or building a new habit in a year, you would be in a completely different place than you are today. Let me share a real example. A friend of mine used to want to write a book, but he always said, "I don't have time." And then one day, he decided to try writing for 15 minutes every morning, right before going to work. Just 15 minutes, no more. But he did it regularly for 2 years. Result? He published his first book, not because he had much time, but because he did not lose the habit of small actions. You know what holds us back? It's not that we lack ability. It's that we wait for inspiration. But inspiration comes and goes. It's like the weather, you can't control it. There are days when you feel inspired, but there are days when you just want to give up. If you only do things when you feel inspired, you will stay in the same place forever. On the contrary, habits are the strong bridges that help you keep going even when you don't feel like it. That's why you should make action part of your routine, like brushing your teeth or washing your face. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just don't skip it. You can start with this principle: less but not more. Write a short paragraph. Practice for 10 minutes. Note down an idea. Just do it, and do it consistently. It sounds simple, but this is the most practical way to create lasting momentum. Small actions create positive feelings. Positive feelings breed motivation, and motivation drives you to repeat the action. Here is a cycle. Action, right pointing arrow, feeling of progress, right pointing arrow, increased confidence, right pointing arrow, further action. But if you wait for inspiration to strike, you'll get stuck in the opposite cycle. Waiting, right pointing arrow, doing nothing, right pointing arrow, disappointment, right pointing arrow, loss of faith, right pointing arrow, waiting again. So, which cycle do you choose? Blank. Underscore. Blank. If there is one message I want to leave you with in this section, it is this: don't underestimate the power of small actions. You don't need to be explosive. You just need to be consistent. Because the person who makes the difference in the end is not the one who does the most, but the one who does it most consistently. Do you realize this? Dreams are a strange thing. They have no one to manage you, no one to give you a deadline, no one to tell you to finish, no one to call you and say, "Hey, it's time to work on your passion." No boss, no check-ins, no deadline warnings, just you. And that is why self-discipline is the most important factor in pursuing your dreams. You can't expect someone else to motivate you when you are the only one who understands how important your dream is. You can't expect inspiration from outside when you are the one who has to become your own ally. What does self-discipline mean? It means you do what you need to do, even when you don't want to do it. It's about setting your own rules and sticking to them, even when no one is watching. Think about it. Has anyone asked you to wake up early to learn a new skill? Does anyone force you to write a few lines every day for your personal project? No one. Only you know. If you don't do it, that dream will stay silent forever. Blank. Underscore. Blank. I once heard a very good saying: a dreamer without discipline is just a fantasist. You can dream big and dream beautifully, but if you don't practice inner discipline, that dream will remain a blueprint that will never be built. And discipline is not just about being on time and doing enough work. Sometimes the most important discipline is to cut out the things that are making you procrastinate. This is the hard part, because there are things that look reasonable, but are actually pulling you away from the path you need to take. Have you ever heard statements like, "I'm too busy. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not ready. Wait for perfection before starting. I need to study more. I don't have enough knowledge"? Sounds reasonable, but all of that, it's a fallacy wrapped in rationality. Let's be honest with each other. If you really want to do something, you will find a way. If you don't really want to, you will find an excuse. Someone once asked me, "What if I'm not ready?" I answered very simply, "Nobody is ever ready. You are only ready when you begin." You can't learn to swim just by reading books about swimming. You have to get in the water. You can't learn how to make videos just by watching others. You have to start filming. And you can't move towards your dream just by thinking for a few more weeks. You don't need to be perfect to start. You just need the courage to start with what you have. Blank. Underscore. Blank. There is one sentence I want you to remember. If you don't control yourself, circumstances will always control you. And dreams don't come to the smartest. They come to be the most determined and self-disciplined. He knew he had to get up early even though it was cold. People know they need to write even though they are tired. People know that if they don't demand that they do the right thing, no one else will do it for them. Blank. Underscore. Blank. So today, ask yourself, am I living as an ally to my dream, or as a procrastinator of it? Am I demanding perfection, or willing to start from something imperfect? And most importantly, am I being self-disciplined, or just relying on emotions? Dreams are a very personal journey, and the only companion that never leaves you is you. Make yourself the best ally your dream ever had. Let's be honest with each other. Have you ever started something with great enthusiasm, but after a few days, a few weeks, you started to feel discouraged because no one supported you? No one cares what you do. No one asked or encouraged me. Sometimes people will even mock you and say, "Are you daydreaming again? Come on, just settle down first." And so, you back down. You start thinking, or am I doing something useless? But you know what? There are journeys. You will be the only one who believes it is meaningful. There are dreams. At first only you see them. Not because it's not worth it, but because no one understands it like you do. No one lives in your heart. Blank. Underscore. Blank. I want to tell you a little story. A man in his 50s, a former civil engineer, after quitting his job, he began to learn to write. Every day, he wrote a few pages. No one believed him. His family advised him to rest and get a stable job again. But he kept writing. 5 years later, he published his first novel, and it sold hundreds of thousands of copies. When asked why he didn't give up, he answered with only one sentence: "I write, not because someone needs me. I write, because I believe my dream is still alive. And so do you. You don't need others to believe, as long as you believe. You don't need 100 people to cheer you on. You just need one person who is determined enough. And that person has to be you." Blank. Underscore. Blank. Don't wait for someone to say, "You did a great job." Don't wait for likes or shares. Don't wait for the admiring glances from others to give you permission to start. Because success doesn't come from consensus. It comes from persistence. Do you know what the difference is between a successful person and a quitter? It's not luck, it's not talent, but rather, quitters see failure as the end. Successful people see failure as data to adjust their direction. Blank. Underscore. Blank. Have you ever failed? I bet you have. Everyone fails. And if you haven't, you probably haven't tried anything big enough. The problem is not failure. The question is how you define failure. Some people stumble once. They label themselves. I'm not good enough. I'm not cut out for this. I should probably stop. But there are also people who, when they fail, ask themselves, what does this tell me? Where do I need to adjust? Is there any other way to do it again? And it is that attitude that determines the final outcome. Blank. Underscore. Blank. If you are in a phase where no one supports you, if you are both defeated and tired, remember this: a dream doesn't need a crowd. It just needs you to not give up on it. Think of how many people started out alone. Steve Jobs, Trong Guerra. J.K. Rowling wrote her first draft in a coffee shop. Howard Schultz with the idea of opening an Italian-style coffee shop in the middle of America, when no one understood. They don't start with a cheering crowd. They begin with quiet, but unwavering faith. Blank. Underscore. Blank. And you can too. No need for applause. No recognition needed. Just keep going, even when no one is watching. Because after all, dreams never leave you, if you are strong enough not to leave them. And the great thing is, persistence is not a gift. It is an option, a choice you can make every day. There is something that no one tells you, but anyone who pursues their dreams will soon realize. Keeping faith in yourself is harder than starting. You may be very excited to start your journey. You can make plans, write goals, set an alarm clock early every morning. But just a few words of criticism, a few suspicious looks, a small failure, and you start to doubt yourself. You start wondering, am I delusional? Am I wasting my time? Or are people right? We should be more realistic? And then, you slow down. You stop trying. You put your dreams in the closet, again. Blank. Underscore. Blank. But what I want to remind you today is this. Dreams don't just need your action. They need you to protect them. Like a small seedling, your dream is fragile in the early stages. And if you plant it in toxic soil, it will never have a chance to grow. So the first thing you need to do is protect your dreams from negative environments. You may think you're strong, but be honest. When people tell you over and over again that you should be realistic, that dream is difficult. Everyone wants it, but few can do it. Sooner or later, you start to believe it. And the most dangerous thing is not that they doubt you. It's when you start doubting yourself, just because you're standing in the wrong place. So, don't share your dreams with everyone. It's not that you hide it, it's that not everyone deserves to be invited into that space inside of you. Find a few people, even just one, who are living their passion. Sit next to them. Learn, observe. They don't need to teach you anything. Just seeing them live out what they believe in will remind you that what I dream of is possible. Blank. Underscore. Blank. Next thing, and last thing, but very important. Live each day in a way that brings you closer to the best version of yourself. Did you notice? We often see dreams as goals to achieve. But really, a dream is more than just the outcome. It's the journey of who you're becoming in the process. Do you want to be a creative person? So what did you create today, no matter how small? Do you want to be an inspiration? So how did you treat someone who needed a word of encouragement today? The question is not, when will I get there? The correct question is, how did I live today to get closer to the person I want to become? And this question, you can ask again every day. No pressure, no comparison. Just being true to what you know is right is enough. Blank. Underscore. Blank. I know this road is lonely sometimes. I know there will be times when you are tired, confused, and want to stop. But please remember, every time you choose to continue, you are not only getting closer to your dream, you are becoming the person you once admired. Be the first to believe in yourself. Be the one who holds on to the faith, even when the world doesn't see what you see. Because in the end, you are not chasing a dream. You are pursuing the most brilliant version of your life. There is one thing we often misunderstand. Those dreams have an expiration date. That if you don't do it in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, it's too late. That if you don't start early, don't have a foundation, don't have supporters, don't have the right time, then you should put that dream aside. But that's one of the most subtle lies that cynicism whispers in your ear every day. The truth is, dreams have no deadline. It doesn't care how old you are. It doesn't matter how slow you are. It doesn't ask what degree you have. If you started at the right time, if you're perfect, dreams really require only one thing. One person remains. One person hasn't let go. One person keeps walking, no matter how slow. And that person can be no one else but you. You don't need to know the whole way. You don't need to see the whole map. You just need to know how to take a short step further. Just a little. One page, one practice, one call, one action, then a little more, and then you will go further than you thought. Blank. Underscore. Blank. I know there are days when you feel tired. There are times when you put your hand on your chest and ask, am I on the right track? Is there anyone who believes in me besides myself? Maybe the answer is no. No one sees you trying. No one will pat you on the back when you want to give up. No one believes in a journey that only you find meaningful. But you know what? It doesn't matter who is looking. But do you still see yourself? Because dreams never leave you. It just stands there silently, waiting for you to come back. Waiting for you to overcome the fatigue, the doubt, the waiting, and said, I will start again. Even if it is not fast, even if it is not easy, but I will not give up. Blank. Underscore. Blank. If you actually do the 10 things we've shared throughout this video, then you don't just keep the dream. You will make it come into the light with you. You will see that magic happens not in one brilliant moment, but in thousands of small, quiet, consistent actions, repeated every day. That's how great things happen. No miracle, but with silent determination. No one clapped. No one took pictures. No one cheered. Just themselves and their dreams. Blank. Underscore. Blank. And finally, I want you to remember this. You don't have to do anything big today. You just don't stop. You just keep going. Because the one who keeps going will reach the destination. And those who stay with their dreams will have their dreams stay with them. Wherever you are on your journey, no matter how many years you are behind, even if you're just starting over today, I would like you to choose one. Don't give up on yourself. Blank. Underscore. Blank. If you've made it this far, it's not just a coincidence. It could be a sign, a reminder from the universe that you are ready for transformation. Because what you just heard is not theory, nor empty words, but the essence of experience, of contemplation, of real journey. Not everyone stops at this video, but if you're still here, I believe you're one of the few people who are willing to listen with their hearts, not just their ears. Just an idea, a sentence, can be the turning point for a new life. I don't promise miracles, but I do believe, if you practice what you've heard, in the next few months you'll find yourself more mature, clearer, and stronger than ever. If you found something in this video that spoke to you, please give it a like so I know you're still here. And don't forget to subscribe to join me on my journey to open my mind and awaken my inner power. Welcome to the Stoic Enlightenment era, not for the masses, but for those who are ready.